Jayanti, maybe can you
I,
just explain the blockchain trilemma and why can't you just have really fast transact, like what is the limitation?
I was saying that actually, just recently I also did this exercise, so maybe that will help, to for the average user to learn, right? So why exactly blockchain even needs scaling, right? So a very simple example you can take is, let's say, we all used to book Tatkal tickets from IRCTC, right? So when you are interacting with and I'm trying to tell the difference between Web 2 and Web 3, right? So
Hmm.
IRCTC is a Web 2 site, like Web 2.0 we call. So when you're trying to book a Tatkal ticket from IRCTC website, you're essentially interacting with the Railways of India website, right? And that website is run by only Railways. So Railways is running, let's say, some servers on this, and they are like when you are clicking on some buttons, they are processing the logic. Now, with blockchains, what happens is that it's a decentralized computing. It's Web 3. The Web, where we say that it's decentralized computing means hundreds or maybe even thousands of servers are computing the same logic, like, at the same time. It's not like they are doing parallel computing and they're collaborating to compute. They are all computing the same logic. So imagine, let's say, you had to do 10 rupees of logic computation when you were booking a Tatkal ticket with IRCTC. Now it is 10 multiplied by 1000, because all 1000 servers or the nodes who are running the blockchain, they have to run. And that makes it, you can already imagine that when the same thing is being run by 1000 people, it's automatically is going to become less scalable, right? Because the same thing has to be done by 1000 people. And that is, I mean, uh, that part, you can see that, since it's decentralized, multiple people have to run it. But that will take you to the decentralization trilemma, that, you have, let's say, the decentralized, the trilemma says that you have security, decentralization, and scalability. Out of these three, you can choose only two. So you can imagine, if 1000 people are running the network, then either you can have, decentralization and security. That means very large number of people are running it, and it's very, very secure, but then you lose on scalability. Or you can choose, let's say, decentralized and scalability, but then it will be less secure, because what will happen, that many people are computing it, but they are not, let's say, coming on consensus with each other. So
Hmm.
whatever you are doing, the security might get
Hmm.
hit, right? So
Hmm.
And
something like that. So
and
yeah.
yeah, Ethereum currently have like thousands of nodes. Like every country will have a like few hundred of nodes on Ethereum. So whenever you making a transfers or contract calls on the Ethereum, any transactions, it will be verified by all the nodes in the world.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that way it's secure. Like no one can change it. But of course, like it needs scalability because of course it will take time to verify all the things simultaneously. Yeah, that's what.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what also leads you to layer two, what we are doing at Matic, right? So what we are doing is taking some part of the trilemma, let's say scalability and decentralization, or scalability and security, and trading off a bit of decentralization, not completely, bit of decentralization. For example, Matic commit chain right now, or Polygon commit chain, has 100 validators, which is fairly decentralized for proof of stake, but then they are able to compute at much faster and are secure.